Hello guys, welcome and good morning from sunny Beijing, China. I hope you are doing well. This is Max and welcome to my YouTube channel. Right now I am in Tiananmen Square. You know what it is famous for, but we'll get to that particular history later on. But right now I am in Tiananmen Square and I'm going to tell you why you should not come to Tiananmen Square. That is right, why you should not come into Tiananmen Square. In this video, I am going to be visiting some of the, Beijing's most important historical places like the Tiananmen Square, the Temple of Heaven, the Forbidden City. There are a few beautiful parks around here, and I'm going to share all the information that you need prior to visiting these places as a foreigner, of course. And yeah, so stay tuned to it. Lots of valuable information coming up. Okay, so the first bit of information is that for Tiananmen Square, if you want to come here, then you need to pre-book the, it's sort of like a reservation. So when you get to Beijing and you check in into your hotel, please connect with your hotel receptionist and ask them to, book your tickets or reservation for you. Like yesterday, I did it for myself. I checked in with the hotel receptionist and they were kind enough to help me book the tickets for today. It needs to be done through WeChat. There is some section in WeChat, but it's all in Mandarin, so I could not follow what they were talking about. But yeah, you need to take help of your Chinese friend or the hotel people to get the reservation for this place. As you can see, this place is freaking huge. The last section, the previous section, and this section is like, massive. And it's supposed to, if like there were like 500,000 people, they could easily fit into this particular space. So this particular square, the Tiananmen Square, was first built back in like early 1300s. And at that time it was much smaller in size, very small compared to the scale at which it is now. But in 1959, when the CCP was just starting up, they decided to just expand it humongously. So this place, just I don't know how many square meters this place covers, but they had to demolish a lot of buildings and just expand this. So this place is freaking huge, and it also houses many museums. I heard there is a palace museum here as well as the mausoleum of Mao Zedong. For that mausoleum of Mao Zedong, you need to pre-book your tickets as well. And you need to do it like 7 days in advance, because I tried it yesterday and I couldn't get in. So yeah, keep that in mind. And also one more thing, if you are going to be visiting this place on say a weekend, like today is a Saturday, right? So I came here around 8:10 and it took me freaking 40 minutes to get inside. And the wait time is just going to get longer and longer. Yeah, so as you can see behind me, there is this ticketing counter slash booth, and you can purchase your tickets to the Forbidden City. You need to purchase that ticket, and for the Palace Museum as well. So I just purchased mine. You can purchase it here as well. You don't need to pre-book it. It cost me about 61. Okay, so the thing about this structure is that once you enter through the main gates and you pass security and everything through the main gates of the Tiananmen Square, there is no going out. Okay, you can directly exit into Forbidden City, which is I think where everyone seems to be going here. But I'm not sure. There is a line here as well. But yeah, let's see. There is just, this space is so freaking huge that it's really hard to navigate. Okay, so a few security officers were able to help me. So once you get into Tiananmen Square, on the right side there is a park, on the left side there is a Zhongshan Park, and if you keep going straight ahead just like everyone else is going, then this is the Palace Museum. so right now we are in Tiananmen Square. A lot of history here, and now I think this place goes to Palace Museum and to the Forbidden City. Okay, so before I exit this historical place, to Tiananmen Square, and go to Forbidden City, a little bit of a history lesson that I found out. So in 1800s, during the British colonial, empire expansion, the Britons and the colonial powers, they actually came and sat just outside the gate through which I just entered. So I think the Gate of Peace or something it was called at that time. It has been broken down, but at that time it was called the Gate of Peace. And the British colonial powers in 1850 or something, they actually camped there, and I don't know what they did later on because I couldn't find much, but there wasn't any war or as such. I think there was some peace truce between the then emperor of the King dynasty and the colonial powers, and they sort of figured things out. Okay, now let's get into another line and enter into the Palace Museum. Oh my God, this is, horrible. But yeah, let's complete this and then I'll get out and I'll tell you all about it. Okay, so right now we are in this huge space again. This is not, the Tiananmen Square is on that side of the security zone. And this is, I thought this was something to do with Palace Museum, but I don't know. I don't really see any museum here, so not really sure what this is. But look at the scale of this place. It's freaking massive, dude. Like, I don't know what this castle is. There is no name, or I couldn't find it on the internet. But this place is amazing. I mean, they sold me tickets for the Palace Museum. I paid 61, so I guess there must be a museum here somewhere. But yeah, the signages are, very limited. Most are in Mandarin, so a bit difficult to figure things out. Okay, so I got to know that these are all different palaces here, and this entire, this square, huge square here, is the Imperial Palace complex. This lion does look majestic, doesn't it? Okay, a little bit of history before we move on to the next section, that is the Forbidden City. So I came to know via this plaque here that this is actually the Palace Museum, and there are many palaces here. The total area comprising of this is about 1.86 million square meters, and all of these palaces are, they contain a lot of art and a lot of, artifacts from, the Ming dynasty and the Qing dynasty, and most of it is like across like 25 different categories of arts they have mentioned here. And they also have a lot of halls, like the Hall of Heroes, the Hall of Supremacy, and Supreme Harmony, sorry. And this has a lot of historical significance. The Forbidden City, which we are about to go now, it contains, it was a place of residence for over 24 Ming and Qing dynasty emperors before the Qing dynasty came to an end in 1912. Okay, one very important thing that I just noticed, which I would like to highlight, is that it's possible to book a guided tour of this entire place. You can book it through klook.com or trip.com or something like that. So those guided tours, they have English guides. So most of your queries or anything that you wish to know, they can be, because I see a lot of foreigners with these tour guides, and I was not really aware that such a thing existed. But yeah, if you are coming to this place, then definitely get a tour guide, or you will be as confused as I am. Holy hell, look at this. This square is even massive than the one before. The structure that you see behind me, so this is the Hall of Supreme Harmony. And as to why this particular structure that you see is important is because this was this entire building was built in 1695, and it has been, renovated and restructured many times. But if you see at the top, they have this. I don't know what do you call those, but sort of like small carvings, and there are like 10 of them, and they have special significance in Chinese culture. So at the tip of all of those, uh, corners of this particular temple, they have those 10 carvings, and this particular structure is supposed to be the most important structure in Forbidden City. Holy hell, look at this. It's like every section is like more better and more grandiose than the one before. So guys, this here is the Palace of Earthly Tranquility. I think I heard something similar in the Kung Fu Panda movies. Yeah, so this particular palace, it served as the home or the residence of the Empress of the Ming Dynasty. It was built in like 14th century, so long ago, and it's a huge palace. So, and the whole complex here is so freaking huge, man. Please do not underestimate the size of Forbidden City. There is a palace on top of a small hill, and on both the sides there are, I don't know, additional palaces like pillars. That looks really beautiful. Yeah, so that right there is the final gate of Forbidden City. We completed the tour, and now just opposite Forbidden City there is this particular gate entrance here, which is the Jiangshan Park, and that park is spectacular as per Google Images. So I'm just going to go in, and hopefully there is no security screening here. All right, we are in. This is the Jiangshan Park, and this looks very beautiful here. It's really nice, cool in the shade. So let me find a place here, and I'll tell you all about what happened at the start of the day and why I was so irritated. All right, so in the very morning when I was entering the Tiananmen Park, I started at about 8 a.m. in the morning, and there was a lot of security lines and checks. So I had to scan my passport at least like 3 freaking times. So one at the Tiananmen Square metro station, then once you reach near the gate, and then again, right? And at the gate you have to undergo additional security checks. That is, they will just frisk you totally. They will just ask you to take off your watch, your hat, they will have a bag which has a power bank and the camera here, and they will just take everything apart, and you're like, okay, what is this, right? And it's so freaking draining to stand in the line for like 40 minutes and then to go through all of it, and to do it on a repeated occasions, because you have to undergo multiple security checks. So that was the very irritating part. So if you are coming into Tiananmen Square, and then first is, please book a guided tour, okay, through klook.com or trip.com. And secondly, if you are not going to carry any camera equipment, then just carry your passport, your phone and your wallet. That's it. Otherwise you will be, they will check your bags and everything there is. Thankfully for this Jiangshan Park, there was not much checks. The entry ticket was also very less, like 2 yuan, 2 1, which is like negligible, entry fee. But yeah, so that was the cause of my irritation. Yeah, this park is really beautiful. Like, I'm sure during autumn this entire place would be looking phenomenal. This particular place is of quite a huge significance, in the sense that in the like 16th century, like 17th century, there was this Emperor Chongzhen, and there were nomadic tribes who attacked Beijing at that time, and he was losing the war, so it was quite hopeless for him. So he came to this particular place at that time, and there was a tree there, and he just hanged himself. So he just committed suicide this place, and that tree from 16th century till like 1970 something. That tree was present here, but after that they just removed that tree. I think if you have completed the tour of the Forbidden City and you just need a place to rest, then this place is perfect because there's so much shade. There are so many trees here, and there are people resting on the inside as well, so you can just go there and rest for a while. You know, at the walking distance of the Junction Park, about 10 minutes of walking distance, there is another park, and my God, let me tell you this. This probably is the most beautiful place in all of Beijing. Yeah, I could easily spend like a couple of hours just relaxing here. This place is spectacular. Okay, so this lake type body here, it connects, you know, it's sort of like in between the mainland and this island here, which is like near the Jiangshan Park. So this island is the Behe Park, and it's the island is called as a Quinlon Island, I guess. Yeah, look at that, you know, the archway and the tree. I don't know that particular tree. It reminds me of Ice Age, that movie, animated movie, and the Manny. I don't know. This looks incredible. As I said before, like we are on an island, and this lake type body where, you know, people are, you know, doing the boating. This surrounds the entire island on all the, you know, 4 sides, and there are these bridges, like the one which we had was the Dongshan Bridge. So we have these bridges which are connecting this island to the mainland. A little bit of hiking today. So in the middle of this Kwai Don Island, there is this Behe White Temple Tower. So it's on a small hill, so there is a little bit of hiking required. Yeah, so I've reached the top, and this is the Behe White Temple Tower. Oh my God, look at the views from here. You can just about see the Forbidden City from here. Yeah, that temple right there, the white one, is also called as the Temple of Peace. You know, they have this very, you know, fancy names, very, very similar to the Kung Fu Panda movies. They have the Hall of Enlightenment inside, and this structure was built way back in like 1759, and since then it has been destroyed a couple of times and it has been rebuilt. So yeah, that's about this Behe Park. My last stop for the day is the spectacular Temple of Heaven. The Google images for that Temple of Heaven look, oh my God, amazing. So I'm going to find my way out of this park and then navigate to the Temple of Heaven. Okay, after a short taxi ride, I have entered the complex of the Temple of Heaven, and just like the, you know, Forbidden City, this complex is freaking massive again. So right there, if you see long far away, that's the Temple of Heaven. Oh man, look at all this. It's like a mini forest in here. So many trees around, and the same on that side as well. It's really beautiful in the shade. Nice and cool. Hey guys, so the building that you see behind me, if you search on Google for the Temple of Heaven, this is the building which is generally shown. But you know what's the weird part? That is not the Temple of Heaven. That is the Hall of Good Harvest. That is during the reign of I think the 24th or something Ming dynasty. The emperor at that time, he created this particular structure. So it's a sort of a mount and an altar inside, and it was used for as a sign of, you know, good harvest, you know, for a period of the first lunar month. So I don't know why everyone refers to this as the, you know, Temple of Heaven, but without doubt this is a spectacular temple. Incredible. Hey guys, so that's it for today. I'm going to call it a day. It's been long and tiring for me. If you have any queries related to anything related to Beijing itinerary or Shanghai itinerary, please let me know in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I hope this video was informative for you, and I hope it helps you on your next trip to China. I hope you had a wonderful day. I wish you Godspeed and thank you for watching.